Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is NATAYSHA binti HASNIZAM. My ID number is 0419125. So, I want to present about the security posture. What is a security posture? Security is an organizational approach to access control, and the two basics of posture are open and secure. Second, open referred to as the default permission means that access is not explicitly prohibited and is allowed. Second topic, need to know and least privilege. First point is to determine who will grant access should be based on safety principles that need to be known. Second, the level access required should be based on the most non-special security principle. Third, the least privilege is the principle that only permits to access the required object. The third topic is how to identity verify. First point is granting access is a yearly process that begins with the positive identification of the person or process seeking access to a system. Second, the credentials are often referred as a factor. There are three categories of factors, which is knowledge, something that user know, possession that user have, and inherent, something you are. The identity verifier have three-factor authentication. The first, single-factor authentication is when only one factor is presented and the basic method is a password. Second, the multi-factor authentication is when one or two factors are presented, example, one-time passcode, memory card, and others. The last one is multi-layer authentication, is when two or more of the same types of factors are presented. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tilawadi, anak perempuan MANUN, GM 0519145, batch 18A. Today I want to present about what is the security posture. For my part is knowledge, something you know. Something you know is knowledge based on authentication. It could be a string of character such as password or PIN. The passwords are commonly used in single-factor authentication. Its strength of password is a function is linked. The challenge to get user to create secret, remember, and secure the password. Next is possession, something you have. The second factor of authentication requires the subject be physical possession of a unique identifier, which is a one-time password, memory card, smart card, and the out-of-band communication. The memory is authentication mechanism that hold user information within magnetic strip and relies on a reader to process the information. The user put the card into the reader and enter a personal identification number. It generally has and stored on the magnetic strip like the AIM card. The last is inherent, something you are. The third factor of authentication is user biometric, is identification of human by characteristic or that biometric.
Hi, my name is Izzati binti Muhammad Arif. My ID number is DEM 0419114 and I'm from batch 18A. For my part, I'm going to present about type of access control. There are almost 4 types of access control, and one of them is mandatory access control, which is called by MAC. It is defined by their policy and actually cannot be modified by the information owner. For example, it is used to secure the military government system that require a high degree of secrecy. It is to make sure all the data or any information is well secured to prevent from any outsiders that trying to hack it. Furthermore, this type of access control is really a high level. It's because of the object or significant others are labeled that require a really important classification or the resource. The next one is the discretionary access control, which is called by DAC. It is defined to be the actual owner of the object. In fact, the DAC is used for commercial in operating system. In addition, they are used to grant and restrict the object information via an access that determined by their object owner, group, or maybe a subject. To prevent something bad from happens in the future, the owner puts an SCL that can allow or denies to the object based on their user unique identity. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi and a very good morning. My name is WAZIFAH BINTI RAZLAN, DEM 05195152. Today I want to talk about RBAC, Role-Based Access Control. Role-Based Access Control (RBAC), also known as non-discretionary, are access permission based on a rule or a function. Role-based access control restricts network access based on a person role within an organization. The benefit of RBAC is reducing administrative and IT support. Besides, it also maximizing operational efficiency.
Assalamualaikum. My name is MOHAMAD IQBAL bin SHAHARUM. My ID is DEM 04191118. I will present about Introduction Infrastructure Access Control. Network Infrastructure Access Control is defined as a group of interconnected hosts and devices. Infrastructure can be limited to one location or, as usual, widely distributed, including the location of branch and home office. Access to infrastructure allow the use of its resources. Infrastructure access control include a physical and logical network design, messaging device, communication mechanism, and host security settings. Since no system is very simple, access must be monitored continuously. If suspicious activity is detected, a response must be initiated.
Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Muhammad ZAHIR. Course Investment Management, ID DEM 04190007. Okay, I want to talk about segment a network. Segment a network is segmenting a network requires specific hardware in order to set up particular sub-network. Segment network can be divided to few types. They are enclave network, trusted network, semi-trusted network, gas network, and untrusted network. Okay, the first is enclave network. Enclave network is a segment of an internal network that requires a higher degree of protection. Secondly, trusted network. Trusted network is the internal network that is accessible to authorized users. The third, semi-trusted network, is a network that is designed to be internet accessible. Fourth, gas network, a network that is specifically designed for the bivision to connect to the internet. Lastly, untrusted network is.
Hello, selamat sejahtera. My name is SHUKRY bin MUSA, DEM 04190552 batch 18A. Today I will present about policy and procedure user access. Access is software that allow the management of database and personal information of user. Access has become an important tool for people both in professional life and in their work. User access in the security task of the enterprise for the involvement and communication of a successful user access management between the human resources department and the information system owner. Less modern automation can also show you in real time what data is being accessed by various users on our network. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, hi. My name is HUSNA binti ABDUL WAHAB, DEM 04191116, batch 18A. Okay, now I want to present about user access. How to manage it by limited user permission so as not to access everything on the network. There are many access on the network to manage the network personality and almost impossible. After that, an automated tool that can help us manage user access and notification when there are users only help us check user permission but can also monitor the network so that no user access things that are not temperate. User access management is also known in identity and access management as well in the type of access that need to be monitored in adoption user access. User access must be managed to maintain the confidentiality and integrity of the data as well as in accordance with the most universal security and privacy principle. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurul with the BAKAR DEM 05192441 from batch 18A. In summary, access control is the feature that how users interact and process communicate with system resources. The objective of access control is to ensure the authorized user to access the information. Furthermore, access control are meant to ensure the company relay to person with authority or not only view it. For the example, is your family members are the only one who can access to the house in the same way legitimate users should have access the data. Access control ensure that every bit the information is directed to the right person while at the same time they cannot use it for unintended purpose. In access control, they have three processes to gaining access, which is first step to recognize the subject. Identification is the process to supplying an identifier such as username. The next step is to prove the subject, which is authentication process that supplying variable credentials the object. The last step is to determining the action process of assigning authenticated and permission needed to carry out a specific operation. Access controls are configured and managed by user with administrative or elevated privileges. Oversight of users and administrator. Access reflects in incumbent in the organization to institute a log review process as well as incident responsive procedure for at risk of or suspicious activity. Access control refers to the activity entity that requests access to an object or data and the passive entity being accessed or being opened.